Yeah, I thought it was a really good game. I thought, both teams went at it. Both teams are fairly physical, so when the two of them get together, it's abrasive. There was some fairly solid challenges in there, but I thought the standard was really, really high from both teams. We moved the ball well, tested the ball well. We were efficient with the ball. I thought the standard was really, really high today, and it was just a really good game for us.
Richie and Declan's injuries, how serious are they?
They're not serious at all. Just precautionary, really, more than anything. At this time of the year, I think I've said it only last week again. And if in doubt, get them out, and that's it. There's bigger days ahead, and we have the panel available. Fellas are mad for game time, so often it's just a welcome opportunity to get somebody else on the pitch.
Just on that, John, there's lads looking like they're itching to get in there, and even when lads get their chance, they seem to be putting their hand up as well.
No, they're doing well. Yeah, we're getting good impact off the bench. It's a kind of, we're looking at trying to build out some of these guys like Darren O'Connell, for example. You don't want to be throwing him in there at the start of a 70-minute game against Galway. You want him to come on and get his 15-20 minutes, get a couple of possessions, do a couple of nice things, go home with a bit of confidence, and come back to train next week, work hard, and hopefully put himself in the frame for a little bit longer down the road. So trying to do it with being considerate to the boys and not just throwing them in at the deep end and hoping that they'll swim. We need to put them in situations that they can facilitate them doing well and building their confidence. So that's what we're trying to do there.
John, it was a good response when Galway, I suppose, found their feet in that first half, and you found a run of 6 points stint. I suppose that was the foundation that you built really in that period.
It was, yeah, and I thought we could have even had another 4 or 5 scores in the first half. Just broke down at times. They put a very high press on us and made it really difficult for us to work the ball out of our defence. But no, that created a little bit of space for us too once we did get out. But the odd time we didn't, we failed. A hand in error or a touch error, and it broke down, and the transition then, of course, we conceded a score. But all told, I thought we walked the ball way, way better. Our intensity levels were way higher than what they were last week in the first half. We needed to get a full 70-minute performance in this week. We were very disappointed with last week, and we got it today, and we'll try and hopefully build on that now in the weeks ahead.
Was it a different half-time dressing room to last week?
Not really, no. Listen, Galway are a really quality side, and it only takes 1 or 2 slip-ups, and they get in for a goal or two. Like you can see, they had a couple of chances there, and just for sheer numbers getting back and putting in really good hooks and blocks in and getting flicks in, they could have had those 2 goals in the second half. So you just can never take your foot off the gas. You have to keep pushing and pushing. And to be fair, the lads responded really well for the 75 minutes of the game today. I was really happy with it.
You rested the likes of Cian and Diarmuid today, and then you brought back in Declan and Nicky. Have you these games planned out in terms of who's going to play what weeks and when?
No, well, I won't say we have it planned out, but again, Decky's coming off the back of an ankle injury. We didn't want to give him too much time today. We just wanted to get him back on the pitch and get him motoring. Cian has had a good run of games the last few weeks, but at the same time the load is heavy. Like if you're playing week in, week out, the load is heavy, and we're training quite hard as well at the moment. So it's just a case of being smart and making sure that lads are ready and getting the balance across the group in there where everybody's getting their opportunity but not being hammered at the same time. So I think we're getting it right so far anyway.
A quick word on the performance today. I know Dara done with that man of the match. What about Tom Morrissey and David Dempsey too, literally put his hand up with that goal?
Yeah, I know. That was a fantastic ball by Seamus across. Great recovery in by Graham. Just really hard ball to defend. I've been there on those balls, and you don't want to be contesting a one-on-one with a really good forward on the edge of your own box. You can't make a mistake, and David's got a great hand. He's really good to catch the ball. So once he caught it, that was it. It was lights out. So great ball, great goal, and we're getting a few goals now, I think, as well, which is great for us as well. Really enjoyed last week's getting a couple of goals, and today getting a goal as well. So we got to keep that coming. We got to get a couple of goals pretty much every week if we can. That's something we're really working on.
John, just in general terms, this idea of the sin bin possibly coming into hurling, or at least being voted on it, you're throwing your eyes to heaven, so that's your answer.
Oh no way. The game is fine. The game is fine, lads. The game is absolutely 100% fine. There's nobody giving out about the game really, apart from 1 or 2. They're going to be giving out anyway.
Yeah.
So I think the game is fine. Leave it alone, please. Yeah, absolutely.
It's your first break in the league now before kind of 2 weeks before Waterford come to town. Is it a chance to get more training in? More guys back in the field?
It absolutely is, yeah. We only had 24 players tugged out today. A lot of fellas with flu, fellas with a few little niggly injuries. So fellas playing Fitzgibbon Cup the last few weeks. The Under 21 Club Championship is starting in Limerick. The Freshers Championship is starting with 2 lads involved in that with Joel. It's a busy time, and we'll probably welcome the week to get a bit of training done, but also to try and fill the bench a bit more, you know, in terms of getting more fellas back onto the field. So we've the semi-finals of the Fits next week. Our lads will, you know, be rested up for that during the course of the week, and they'll focus solely on that. And yeah, we'll try and get a bit of work done and get back for the Waterford game in 2 weeks' time here. Looking forward to that.
John, is there any solution to the whole county versus college issue at the moment? It's not an issue for yourself. You give the boys free rein for Fitzgibbon, but other managers don't have that luxury, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to be seen as somebody who has got all the answers. I most certainly don't, and it is a challenge. And you just go at your gut at times and tell lads don't come down from Cork or don't come down from Dublin or whatever it might be. I suppose it's all about communication and, you know, having honest conversations. Like if a lad's tired, I want him to tell me he's tired. You know, they have to report in their loads to Mikey Kiely, and so that we can manage the load and keep an eye on the load. So we do give lads breaks. We tell them stay away and to rest up, and where possible we have tried not to play. You can see that by the selections as well. You know, we've tried to stay away from the Fitzgibbon guys, whilst at the same time giving them a little taste of it and keeping up their foot in the mix with us. So it's a work in progress. There's no right answers to it. I do think that this is still the right time of the year to play Fitzgibbon Cup. I would probably like to see the league just a little bit later. But then again, with the club month coming in, that's a challenge. So I don't have the answers, but I don't let it bother me either. And I think if you talk to our players, I think they're happy the way they're looked after. I think we don't blackguard them. I think we're very fair with them. And I think the colleges, I have a good working relationship with Jamie Wall and with Gary Kirby, you know, with all the lads that are involved with the colleges. They phone me, I phone them. We look after the players, and I think that's all we can do really. And I think everyone, to be fair, does try to do that. You know, I don't think there's anybody really out there to hammer players. I think everyone's cognizant of it. It is a challenge, but listen, their competition is a principal competition right now, so that takes precedence over us. That's the way I look at it. Okay.
Just in terms of getting players on the field, Peter Casey and Kyle Hayes both carrying knocks for the last couple of weeks. Are they any closer to returns?
They're all close, but like they're all just little niggly things. You know, Kyle has a little bit of a tendon thing in his ankle that's just going to take a little bit of time just to get it right, probably a week or two. They're all small things. They're all only 2 weeks, a week, 3 weeks. There's a couple of lads a little bit longer than that, Pat Ryan, Shane Dowling and Peter Casey, but they'll be coming hopefully in the next few weeks as well.